Hi travelers, Tara here, and we're going to be doing an open reading. Today is the 4th of February. I have already done the Leo full moon reading, so today is the eve of the full moon. We will have our Leo full moon tomorrow, and if you haven't seen that video, I will link it, or you can just go back and search for it. Okay, so this is just going to be a short open reading, so to see if we can see anything on the other side of this full moon, okay, what may be happening. So I have already done some meditation and shuffling on this post full moon. You know, I can't believe we're already almost complete through the first week of February. It's kind of crazy. I'm looking forward to February 16th. This is my last frost date, and I am ready to get outside in my yard to do some cutback of my plants. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's dead and brown, but you don't cut it back too early in case there's another freeze or something to come through. And, you know, it could even extend to March. You know, but I see a lot of new growth happening, and I'm kind of anxious to get out there to get the work done. Yes, I'll still be gardening on a stool. I have gone 2 weeks without a trimmer, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the situation has resolved itself. I don't know. So anyway, as I said, I've done some meditation and shuffling, and a card came out, and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, let me turn the camera around. If you have not signed up for my for my Substack free newsletter, please do. I don't spam you and send you a bunch of stuff like every day. Some people do that. I don't think that's right. And if you are interested in receiving a reading from me, because this is an open reading, I'm not reading it for any particular zodiac sign, just trying to look on the other side of the full moon is all I'm doing. But if you ever feel that you would like a personal reading, because that's the only way really that I can look specifically at your situation, you can email me at the address I just typed in up in the box. Okay, you can go over to the About box section excuse me, of my channel, and there I have the information for the reading packages. So it's the number of minutes, the number of questions, and the price. And then simply email me and say, hey Tara, you know, I want a 30-minute reading, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, so let me turn the camera around. I'm gonna try to get outside today. We've got sun for the first time in 2 weeks, but it's still rather chilly. The 50s are kind of chilly down here. I know y'all are laughing in the colder places, but it's okay. All right, so there's our 6 of Pentacles. Let me put one more rifle and shuffle on these cards. Hannah gets her car on Tuesday. The mechanic finally called. He's had it in the shop since September, but it is ready to go. So we're going to go pick it up on Saturday. We're going to go get some new tires put on it, and then we're going to drive it downtown to get it registered so I get my vehicle back. All right, so let's lay the rest of the cards. Here we go. The King of Swords. Oh, wow. The Sun. That's interesting. Next row, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, the Devil. Oh, that's interesting. The High Priestess. What is happening on the other side of this full moon? Oh my goodness. The Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups. Well, there's a lot of people here. Okay, a lot of people. And finally, the Fool card. Well, I don't know what this is about, because I can only read one card as it relates to these 4 major arcana cards. So that's quite interesting. What is the energy over the entire reading? Well, the Hanged Man. So we are either waiting on something, or we feel as though we are waiting on something, or we feel that time is just kind of drifting by. Maybe we're not seeing things as clearly as we want. Maybe we are fantasizing. Maybe some of us are having delusions. So that is the energy of the Hanged Man. But the Hanged Man offers a good counsel, advice, in that he says that when you most want to make a move, when you most want to force your way, when you most want to move forward, okay, that's when you should resist those things. You should give in. You should sacrifice. You should go with the flow, because in doing so, by making those contradictory moves, okay, you can actually make progress. All right. And so, at least 1, 2, 3, 4 people involved in this, maybe even a 5th one that we don't know anything about. We haven't, this person hasn't presented themselves yet. But I have the 6 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles, of course, being a Pentacles card. So it could be this idea of something financial. It could be saying that maybe you're going to get a small promotion or small bonus or some kind of small unexpected windfall coming to you at just the right time. It talks about giving back or sharing what you have. So this could be where you may have that little bonus. You're going to be able to help out your family or your friends if they need that kind of financial assistance. But the card also speaks about the idea of looking at how you give and or receive. Okay? Because I've seen this card show up when it talks, particularly in romantic situations, when the person's a player. Okay? They're doing 2 things at one time. Over here with the High Priestess, it is a 2. And 2s are always about choices, options, dualities, oppositions, crossroads. Okay? It speaks sometimes to the idea of partnerships, 2 things. Okay? And so the King of Swords typically would be an air sign male representing the sign of Aquarius, but could also just be what he does for a living. So he could be a police officer or a soldier or a chef or a surgeon or a an oral surgeon, a doctor, not necessarily a doctor, but just a surgeon, a chef, a writer, an editor, a scientist. So anywhere that sharp tools or keen intellect is needed to get the job done. The Queen of Pentacles, an earth sign female, normally representing the sign of Capricorn, but as a profession, she's going to be somebody who may work in some type of NGO or some type of environmental organization, or for children, or has a particular cause in which she's either helping the environment or trying to help humanity. She could also just be a symbol of someone who runs her own business, who owns her own business, is a business owner, and can work in any place. She can be a bank teller. She can be, work in retail. So there's any number of jobs that she can do. We come to the Queen of Swords. The same professions like that of the King of Swords. A police officer, an oral surgeon, an actual surgeon, a writer, an editor, a researcher, a scientist. Same thing. She normally represents the sign of Libra. And I find that I had this discussion, and someone on the Substack really gave me an understanding, their own personal understanding of what this queen means. And she and I are in agreement. I think the Queen of Swords gets a bad rap because she's always viewed as someone who's bitter and mean and difficult to get along with. I do not find that to be true. I just think she's a no bullshit kind of a person. It's someone who's going to call out stuff when they see it. And, you know, truth is oftentimes painful and inconvenient, and so people don't want to hear it or don't want to see it. She doesn't mince her words, but she's very clear-eyed and she can be extremely objective. It may be that her delivery might be a bit brusque in terms of people not wanting to hear what she has to say. If you are in a dispute or a fight, if this is not the energy you should embody, okay, because she's usually rational and logical and fair. If this is not the energy that you embody, then if this person is your friend, okay, this is the person you want on your side fighting you. But this is not the person you want to become your enemy, okay? I can't say that. Then we have this Page of Cups. Water sign typically would be a young person from the ages of 0 up to, let's say, 21. Can speak about someone who is soft and compassionate, can be a dreamer. But the page is, all pages are students of whatever suit they represent. So this is about a student of emotions, of feeling emotions, of expressing emotions, of learning about new emotions or how to tap into emotions. To me, though, pages just simply represent news. And this is a what I call a budding message, okay, because it is a page. Typically, because the fish is popping out of the cup that comes, it's a surprise message that's going to have some kind of emotional, excuse me, quotient to it. Excuse me. Might have to do with finances or the idea of wealth and or abundance. Because in older days, that's what the sign of the fish represented. But we end with the Fool card. And in the center, we have the Devil. Now, the Devil represents the sign of Capricorn, and it is ruled by the planet Saturn. And we know that Saturn is the taskmaster. Saturn never does anything easy. It's always difficult. It's hard. It's time consuming. It can be frustrating. So he sometimes can deal with the idea of fear, okay? Being stuck in a situation because you are fearful of whatever. Feeling like you're stuck in a situation and you can't get yourself out of it. Maybe someone is behaving or doing things in a manner in which you feel oppressed or stuck, unable to move. But the Devil also, Saturn and Capricorn represent commitment. So if Capricorn rules a 10th house, this is about what do you want to be known for. So you spend your whole life doing something. What do you want to be known for near the end? What is your social standing in the community? Did you attain the heights of success as you wish or as you wanted to? Okay, so Saturn comes in and he talks about the rolling up of the sleeves and doing the hard work, committing yourself or chaining yourself to something. But the Devil also represents the third dimensional, the third dimension. So this is about drink, clothes, food, sex, property, those things that you own and that you earn. And we know we have to work for those things, right? We have to roll up our sleeves every day, go to work to acquire that car or pay our rent or pay our mortgage or pay our bills or buy our clothes or eat, whatnot. So that is a commitment, right? But the card also says that you are not bound in such a way that you could never be free. So we see the two figures in the center with the chains around their necks, but the chains are loose. Now there is this idea of three people. I have the three figures here. The three figures here. I most definitely have three people here. Okay. Quite possibly a fourth. So it could be a child. Okay. This could be someone not only splitting their finances between two situations, but maybe two people. Their time, splitting their time and their energy between two people. But we see that one person is receiving something and the other person is receiving nothing. So as I say, this is quite the interesting spread. Now the sun comes along. And whether you know it or not, all major arcana cards are yes cards, okay, in the tarot. The Sun card is the most recognized yes card, and it represents growth, abundance, enlightenment, positivity, but also as a luminary, it speaks to the idea of illumination, something that we can see. And here we have a feminine representation of the moon. As you can see, she's wearing her Isis headdress. There's the quarter moon there at her feet. One of only two females in this particular deck in the major arcana. And so while this is a outward facing principle, we're able to see everything that we need to see by the light of the day. It provides us clarity. Then the high priestess comes along to say, well, you know, I may see that, but I'm not necessarily going to say anything. So this could be the idea of keeping your own counsel, trusting what your intuition is saying, knowing something but not reacting to it, keeping a secret, having the keys to unlock whatever it is that you need to unlock. She's known as the keeper of the library. I don't know why you can't see the Torah there. There it is. Okay. And then we follow by this Fool card. The Fool card is ruled by Uranus. And it talks about, which is the higher octave of Mercury. So it speaks about the idea of a new journey, of literally either going someplace new, taking a trip, or this is you are at the end of a cycle and you're about to begin a new one. Okay? It speaks about stepping out on faith, without having anything by which to follow except your own higher self, or the information that you're getting. There again is the sun being represented up here. But then there's a little dog, and the dog is either your traveling companion or can be a warning system. Hey, you're about to step off into the abyss. So the card can sometimes represent the idea of being foolish and being careless, of being reckless. As you can see, the Fool got his little hobo bag, and we would assume contained in that is the wisdom that he needs to go on his particular journey, but we're not sure. Maybe he doesn't have all the tools. So as I say, this kind of just leaves me with this card. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm not exactly sure what this is about. And that only leaves me the Six of Pentacles with these four major arcana cards. The major arcana cards are our spiritual lessons. Okay? What it is we need to learn along our journey. So I'm going to just go here to the Six of Pentacles to see if there's any additional information and there is none. Okay? A generous offer or opportunity may arise that you should need to consider. An opportunity or promotion for advancement could present itself to you, which will bring you long-term financial gain. Assistance will come when it is most needed. It may manifest as a sudden win or windfall, or financing becoming available at the most opportune time. It implies being considerate of others, particularly those who have helped you along the way or in the past. It says that your hopes and dreams and plans for the future are right on track. It speaks to balance and fairness with regard to money and possessions and charitable feelings. And so this is what the card says. Okay? It prompts us to examine our expertise, skills, talents, and assets and how they play a role in our life or lifestyle. So appearing in a reading, it is asking us to look deeply into the best course of action. Look at situations from all angles before taking action. Viewing this from a different or perhaps a higher perspective. Now, I don't know what this means because it gives me no information as we look. There's no additional information for me. Now, there is a meaning when the Fool appears at the end of a reading. And so what I'm going to try to do is pull out some additional information of these court cards here. Maybe there's something in it that can kind of give us an idea. The Fool appearing at the tail end of a reading signifies that you are at the very end of, the very beginning of your journey. Circumstances will come about that will force a change in direction. Well, and we do see he is coming in from the future into the past. Past, present, future interplay of the cards. There is this idea of movement here. There's the horse. And then we see the Fool as he is about to perhaps take his first step off into the unknown. Okay. So I'm going to just see what I can pull up here. The Six of Pentacles has a time frame of winter in the southern hemisphere, June, July, and August, and in the northern hemisphere it represents December, January, and February. So depending on where you are. Okay, now the timing for this is considered to be a secret. This is our timing. And it's also a moon. You know, I had my Decan thing here and I don't have it. I need to get that printed up because all of these represent the different decans. Okay, not the pages, but the kings, queens, and knights. Okay, and the decans can kind of give us a timing. But as I say, this kind of says as a timing that perhaps there is something at least unknown about it. Whenever I have many court cards, it is an indication that there are many people involved in the reading itself. Okay, so the King of Swords implies that there's a focus on decisive actions. It may indicate that you are involved with someone who is detached and determined in their thought and action. Depicts someone who is in control or who likes to be in control. Okay. Can be intelligent and charming, highly principled, and this could also be an indication that you might need to develop some of his logic and reasoning within your own personality. Queen of Coins here. Now, two queens can be an indication of gossip is mean, but I don't always, again, I think that's kind of just can be true, but why can't two women be in business together? You know? Okay. The Queen of Pentacles is indicative of someone who is clever, perhaps a bit self-indulgent, but loving and giving nonetheless. There's a focus on ambitions and aspirations. It foretells that you may encounter a sensible woman who will be prove to be helpful in a business matter. She will be someone who will assist you when you need it most. And that's all she says. Okay. She excels in the fields of teaching, politics, healing, psychology, and New Age related fields. She's also able to deal with environmental and planetary concerns. Caring of the needy and ill and offers solutions to problems. The Queen of Swords has the capacity to think objectively in an analytical and factual way. She can come across as quite the perfectionist and can seem at times cold and critical, but she is unpredictable and clever. She has unwavering faith in her goals. She is capable of upholding executive positions, and her appearance and mannerisms will often suggest wealth and prosperity. It may be foretelling of a situation where keen perception and intuition and wise counsel will be needed to overcome an awkward or uncomfortable position. It could be an indication that there may be someone who will give you wise counsel. The person is able to view the dilemma or issue from a higher perspective and to see from all different angles. The person has a spiritual depth and will not mince words when giving advice. See that bird there? And as you can see where she's seated high above the clouds. So she has a clear view. To me, this is an indication that she is either awaiting a message or she sees something coming. And then we have this page, okay? The little page of cups. And I gave you some of the indication of the page. Important messages or news will be arriving very soon. Get ready for action. It also says connecting with inner feelings and intuition. So it would be wise to follow your instincts and intuition when making a decision. It may be indicating a new relationship or renewed positive emotions in an existing relationship. It signifies hidden talents. Tells that there's a focus on news and business. You can expect to hear some significant news. Okay. But there's also a warning of the dangers of accepting proposals too eagerly or hastily. Assess what your heart truly desires. Then decide if you are ready for a significant change. There will be further opportunities in the future. So, if the timing is not quite right, let this particular opportunity pass by. Because what we don't want is to be foolish, to just kind of step off into the unknown. So, I think the first card that I want to look at here in the center is this Devil card. Because although the Devil card, as I say, is not always a negative card, I just kind of don't understand what he's trying to tell us here. And the thing is, I don't even have any repeater numbers except for the 2 queens. And there's something about the combination of these 2 cards. Fidelity, loyalty to either a person or an ideal. Okay, again, there's a dog, so for some it might be the spirit guide aspect coming in. The Lamante, another page of cups. A lover, the young man, but there's also this indication of waiting. So this could also be an indication of being highly emotional about something as an intensifier. Okay. And the stanza, speaking of a meeting or a rendezvous. It indicates 2 people who know each other very well or know secrets about each other. But as we can see, everything is askew there in that room. So I don't know if maybe there has been the idea of maybe there's been a previous conflict, or if it is simply a place that is not visited very often. So it falls on the Devil. So this could be about feelings, everything that happens in the material plane. Now, I want to take a quick look at this King of Swords. He sits prominently at the top. The Bambino, new conditions, things that have not developed yet. Perhaps a new individual. Donna de Servizio, the helper card. So she's like the action verb. So there's new conditions coming in that will help and or assist with the change, a major change. So finally, not going to pull cards on this Fool. I'm going to pull cards on this High Priestess. Simply because of where she falls quite prominently in this future column. All major arcanas. Speranza, the hope card, but also another indication of saying don't give up. Things will be changing. Maintain and have faith. There is the symbol of Leo there. So the cards could be speaking to us about the full moon, but just in an odd way. Denari. If not, we are not discussing money and finances, then we're talking about things that are precious to us, or maybe even old documents. So this could be some kind of paperwork or will or something that's quite important. And the Gran Consolazione. So to me, this is an indication, something unknown that speaks to us about the idea of not giving up, of hope, perhaps even finances and riches and great success. Okay, not to give up. Well, I don't know what else to read. Okay, so there's definitely some kind of message that will be coming in. Perhaps after this full moon. So don't make any decisions leading up to the full moon. 3 days is what we tell you. We're a day before, but to 3 days after. Please give the energies of the moon time to subside. But as we know, we're also going to be going into a waning moon, and then we'll be going into a new moon. And new moons are always a time frame in which to begin something new and or to plant seeds. So I'm going to pull a angel answer card. Formulate your question for the angel answers. It looks like a major change coming. Something huge. Some type of offer. And maybe something you have been waiting on for quite a long time. And you have been working very hard, very long, perhaps to receive recognition or whatever the case may be. And sometimes the High Priestess can be an indication of someone who works in the spiritual business field. There's something new coming. Most definitely. Here is your card. Y'all know it's a card I hate. Get more information. That's all the card says. And because I'm reading for so many of you, you know, I can't pull out anything specific for you. So getting more information will be the whole idea of getting a personal reading or a private reading. So again, I hate that card. So if you need more information, again, I told you, you can email me, go over to the About Box section to find the reading packages. And I absolutely hate that card. And I was hoping it would not come out, and it did. So that's that. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Please don't forget to go over to the channel art and sign up for my free newsletter, because the next series of articles is going to be all about my soul calibration reading. This is a reading that I do not advertise. I don't talk about it to people. People typically come organically. So if you want to come over and learn a little bit about the Akashic Records, I'm explaining it all in my newsletter. So until next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste. Bye.